You need to stop doing your crying shit because it's sad. And I'm going to tell you, it's not cute. It's not fucking cute. Okay, let's do this. I'm waiting for somebody to join so I can start. But I kind of don't know when they're coming in. So I am waiting. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. Bop. Girls, can we leave Ted alone, please? Like, he's just trying to live his best life and do his best thing, and he's doing a great job of it. So, just leave him alone. Yeah. So anyways, I am interviewing somebody, which this is not something I usually just do, but I really want to, and I think it'll be really interesting. I hope it's interesting for everybody that watches it. Cool. But it's more for me, because I'm interested. And I'm the only one that, like, to where it, like, really matters. It's more of, like, questions about motherhood, about things that I genuinely, when it comes to, like, a human child or something, like, I don't know. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. I'm just dropping shit. And they keep, like, going out and looking at where Ted is. And they, like, I'm telling them to just leave him alone. You know? Leave him alone. Where Ian? Oh. Bop-a-da-boppy. I actually don't know how long this will be. Can I send a request? How does that work? I don't know. Ah, fuck. Can I maybe? Okay. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll work. But this will be really interesting to do. Like, I've never really done this before, but that's the whole point of me trying new things. So it'll be fun, or hopefully phone. Bop. How, like, okay, if she, how do you request to join? I think you have to do that. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. I think it's gonna work. I think it's working. Hi. Oh, I'll say hi to the person in the thing. But hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic, as freaking always. She keeps crying because there's a... Wow, you just came at the weirdest time. How are you? I'm sorry.
Good, I'm good. You'll probably hear my dogs too. They're whining and blabbing over there.
Yeah.
My baby too, because he woke up crying, but I put the cartoons and he looks like he might fall back asleep.
Oh, hi. Yeah, oh, that's so freaking cute. Okay, so are you ready? I have, just so you know, a total of 20 questions. Yeah, but also, as usual, I might have to, like, I don't know, they're gonna piss me off. Girls! No! Okay, anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put him in the freaking room. That's gonna bother me way too much.
Okay.
Girls. Hey, come here. Okay. So, I'm sorry, I'm so excited. But, so I have my first question, which is, wait, what's your name? Like, I don't know how to do this.
So my name is Natalie.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm so weird. Okay, first question. What is the hardest thing about being a mother?
Probably just juggling your time, honestly, because I literally wake up in the morning just stressing about the time that I have left to do what I want.
Wow, so like being a mom, like you don't have any time for yourself? Is that true?
So it really just depends on your situation. My baby is a really good baby, but you also have to think about work and whether you're in school or not, and who's babysitting, the baby. So I literally wake up at about 5:30 every morning. I get myself ready, I get the baby ready, and then I head out to my mom's house because she's the one who watches him.
Okay.
From there, I go to work. I'm at work by 7:30.
Oh my
And I
God.
work out in Fort Myers and I live in Lehigh. So in the morning, it literally takes me like 50 minutes to get to work. So I go to work and then I'm at work and up until like 4:30. It really depends on how busy we are that day.
Yeah.
Um, and then from there, it's another hour to get to my mom's to pick Deanna up. And then I go home just to cook and then to feed Dion, and then I have to bathe him. And then by the time I'm done with everything and I'm done feeding myself, it's like 7 o'clock, and oh my gosh, I have homework.
Oh wow. Yeah, because you said you're going to college, right? What college?
I go to FSW.
Oh, cool. The one in Fort Myers?
Yeah. Well, I don't attend campus just because I'm so busy all the time. So I just do online.
Wow, that is so freaking crazy to me. Well, of course it's gonna be crazy to me, but I didn't go to the Fort Myers campus just because too many people would have known me, and that causes me stress. But I can't even like that. Just sounds so tiring. So you would say the hardest thing is time.
Yeah, just time management.
So I'm writing that down so I don't forget that. Okay, next question. What are you most scared of in regards to being a mother?
Probably like if anything happens to Dion and then like I'm not available at the moment. Like just the other day, my mom sent me a text while I was at work and she's like, "Look what happened to him, but it's okay. It's just on the surface." And I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, "I'm not getting a picture." Cause she sent it like she sent me a picture and I was like, "I'm not getting the picture." I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have to video chat her." I was like, "What happened?" And when I video chat her and I'm like, "Hey, show me what happened to him," it was he had cut the top of his eyelid. And she's like, "He barely bled, like he's not gonna need stitches. He just fell like on a toy." And I was like, "Oh, well, that's normal because he always runs around with a toy in each hand. He has to have a hand." And I was like, "All right, cool." I was like, I did not know what to do at the moment. Like that was the first time anything like that has ever happened. Like with me not being present and to attend to him.
Yeah.
So that was like really scary for me. And I sent the picture to Lewis too. Lewis is my fiance.
Yeah.
And he called me right away and he's like, "Oh my gosh, is he okay? Like, do I have to leave work?" And like I get how he felt because we were both not present, and then for something like that to happen, it's scary.
I that is so scary. Oh my gosh, that scares me. Next question. What was your son's first word?
Mama.
What?
Mama.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute because you usually just hear about a dad or like.
Yeah, like I was like, well, he was with me a lot at the time because I had just gotten back into work and then COVID started, so we were working from home. So I was just with him all the time, and then he was on the swing. I actually have the video. I was looking at it the other day. He was on the swing, and all you hear is "Mama, Mama, Mama," and I was like, "Oh, he's saying Mama."
Oh my gosh, that's so freaking cute. I bet that was a fun moment.
I was so excited. I had to send the video to Lewis and brag about it.
Bob, that's so cute. Next question. This is kind of weird. So the questions are like just random questions. They're not all about motherhood. Technically, it's more questions I'm interested in. Because you know how when I do my lives, I don't care how many people are in it. I don't care if 20 people show up. I don't care if, we have 2 people. Like I don't give a shit. Because I'm genuinely curious. So next question is, how is Lewis? Because like I know I went to middle school with you guys, right?
Yeah.
Which is so crazy. And then I have other questions next to it. Like I don't remember writing these. I was like, is he a good dad? Are you guys happy? How has that been going? Like your relationship, I guess, in general.
So Lewis is a great dad. he loves kids a lot. He's really good with Dion, actually. And he is willing to, if I want a day out with, I don't know, a friend or something, or I just want to go out by myself, like he's totally okay. Like it's hard to catch him at the right moments
Yeah.
because during the weekends he's also busy. We're still working on our new home and this and that, so it's hard to catch him when he is free. But when he is free, like he totally doesn't mind staying with Dion. As far as our relationship, when we first had the baby, it was really hard. Like our relationship was struggling a lot, and it's actually very normal. You know, the girls always go through the postpartum depression, and it's hard for us. Little disclaimer, it is hard for us after we have the baby to get back into our regular sex drive, and
Yeah.
that's really hard on, you know, the man too, because they want affection, they want to feel like they're still there, like it's about the baby.
Yeah.
um I understood him, but it was more like, oh my gosh, nobody understands me. Like, I'm doing this for the baby. It was really hard. It was very difficult. And it didn't help that we didn't live on our own either. You know, like we lived for a while with my parents, at my parents' house with the baby. And that was hard because my mom, I'm so grateful for her. She's really helpful, but she was always like there, and it's kind of like, okay, well, we want to do things on our own too.
Ah, gotcha. That was hard for both of you because her being a mother to you, or oh my gosh, you can now imagine how your mother feels. Like
Right.
I bet that's the craziest perspective, that when you have a child, you're like, okay, I understand why my mother did this or did that. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
crazy.
And it was hard on us because she kind of like kept telling us like how to be parents, and we kind of just wanted to do things on our own and kind of figure it out on our own too. Of course, she was always there when we did ask for her help, and same with Lewis's parents. But from my parents' house, we went to Lewis's parents' house, and we were there for a little bit. His dad was going through some stuff, and Lewis wanted to be there for him. So we decided to stay with them for a while, and now we live on our own since August, I want to say. Um,
Shit.
this is really his parents' house. They had it rented out to like an old lady with her daughter, and when we got the house in July, it was a mess. We had to remodel a lot. There was a lot of things that just weren't healthy, like to
Yeah.
live in.
Yeah.
So I had to do a lot of remodeling. Luckily, Lewis works for a remodeling company, so
Oh, that's lucky as hell.
yeah, he did everything in the house, and whatever we didn't have hands on already, he could get for like a discounted price, and it was so, like, we're so grateful for that. But ever since we moved in, like our relationship has been a lot better, a lot stronger. We definitely communicate a lot more, spend more quality time as a family, and not just, you know, me and Lewis.
Yeah.
And his parents live right across the street, so if we ever need a night off, we could just ask them, hey, do you mind staying with the baby while we go out to dinner or whatever? And same with my mom. My mom is like totally okay with it too.
Oh, that's awesome. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Did. Do you know what the hell? Do you know what you're doing all the time? Like as Natalie, as a mom, as a fiance, as whoever. Do you know what you're doing all the time?
Nope. Absolutely not. Everything has just been a way of just going with the flow and just figuring it out
Yeah.
as you go along. Learn from your mistakes, and that's it. I live by that.
Love that. Next question. What is this is okay, this was kind of selfish because I'm curious because my memory and everything. What is the memory that you remember with me? And then I'll say one because I kind of remember one, but not really. So you go first.
So, the first memory that pops up to my head is really the picture you sent me after the accident. which was us at a Halloween party, Caitlin's Halloween party.
Yeah.
I was dressed up as what, a leopard?
I think so. I would like that's exactly what I was thinking of because I have that picture. I was like, oh my gosh, like we hung out.
No, I think that was the only time we actually like did hang out of school. When I was in middle school, my parents were really strict. I didn't go out much at all. So really, like that's like the only moment that I can remember hanging out with a group of people because like I said, I did not go out at all when I was in middle school. So everybody I knew in middle school was mostly because of school. That's it. Just because I had them in the class, not because I really hung up with them out of school, and especially not hang out like to the movie theaters or anything. No, it had to be like, hey, my mom wants to meet your mom and we can hang out either at your place, but most likely it will be my place half of the time.
Yeah, that's so funny because that's really how it like, okay, I gotta tell my dad everything about you.
Yes.
And it might happen.
Yeah. At my place first.
That's so funny. Next question. Does giving birth hurt?
So I got the epidural, girl. I couldn't like okay, can I tell you my labor story? Like tell you from the moment I went into labor up
Yeah.
until
Yeah, you could tell me.
okay, because it's easy for me to explain it like that because there was so much going on that night that it was just like
Gotcha.
So the day before I went into labor, I actually had a doctor's appointment. It was my weekly doctor's appointment. And they did what was called a membrane swab. So it's nothing like what it's like. It's literally just the doctor, TMI, but she literally just puts your fingers in your vagina and kind of just swabs the walls of your vagina.
Okay.
And what's that supposed to do? For some women, it's different for everybody. She said it means that you can either go into labor within the next hour or the next 48 hours. She's like, or maybe you just don't go into labor at all. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. As long as I could get this baby out. Like, I was already to the point where I'm like, I need my baby to come out already. I'm tired of being pregnant.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, go on.
And I was already dilated a centimeter. I was dilated a centimeter from the time that I was, I want to say, 8 months pregnant. So I went home that night and I felt super uncomfortable after she did that. Like, I felt like I didn't want to walk. I felt a lot of pressure down there. And it was just like, all right, I went home, I ate dinner, I showered, laid in bed, and then I said, you know what? I really just don't feel good. I'm just gonna go to sleep. So I went to sleep and I wake up and it's like midnight and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to pee. I was like, I have to pee. So I get up and I peed myself a little bit. And I knew it was pee. I knew it wasn't my water breaking because I can feel myself like peeing on myself. I can't hold it any longer. So I go and I pee and I lay back in bed.
No.
I lay back in bed and then like 30 minutes later, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to pee again. What the heck? I get up, I pee again. I lay back in bed and I felt almost like cramps. And I was like, what the heck? I can't fall asleep. Now I have cramps. I was like, I don't even know what's going on. I wait like another hour. It's like 1:15. And I was like, I wonder if cramps are what labor pains feel like. Because when it's your first pregnancy, you really don't know what to expect. So I sat there on my phone and I'm Googling like what girls think cramps feel like, what they describe it to feel like, what labor pains were described to feel like. And some girls did say cramps. So I was like, oh my gosh, what if I'm in labor? I went to the bathroom again to pee. I was like, I've gone to the bathroom 3 times to pee and I've never had this issue. I've never had to wake up in the middle of the night to pee throughout my whole pregnancy.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, whatever. I have really bad cramps now. I'm going to go jump on my yoga ball because they say that that's supposed to help you dilate more or faster. So I started bouncing on the yoga ball, and it got to the point where I was like, I'm in labor, like within 1 o'clock, and I want to say it was 3 a.m. I was like, okay, I know I'm in labor. At that point, I was already recording on my notepad on my phone when contractions were coming, and they were already 10 minutes apart. And I was like, okay, this is happening. I was like, I need to wake up Lewis. So I woke up Lewis. This kid, the first thing he says is, "Are you sure?" Or, "Are you sure you're in labor? Because I can't call off work." I'm like, if you don't call your aunt right now and tell her that you're not going to show up to work, I'm going to the hospital with or without you.
Oh my god.
Like, oh, you're being serious. I was like, yeah. And I was like, guess what? It's October 3rd. It's Cyan's birthday. Which a little history is Cyan is actually Lewis's cousin, who was born on October 3rd.
Yeah.
And she recently passed away in 2018. So
Wow.
Dion wasn't supposed to come until the 5th, but his grandma, she was also born October 3rd.
Yeah.
She's that baby is gonna be born October 3rd, the same day Cyan and I were born. And I was like, all right, if you say so. And then I told him, I was like, it's October 3rd. He's gonna come on Cyan's birthday. That's so special. So anyway,
It's a hospital. And then what happened?
so we were at my mom's house, living at my mom's house at the time.
Okay.
He's like, I'm gonna go wake up your mom. And I was like, don't wake her up yet. The doctor told me to wait the longest that I can until I can't take it anymore and I have to go to the hospital. And he waited, but like after 30 minutes, my contractions were already like 5 to 7 minutes apart. And I was like, okay, this is like, I'm dilating a lot faster than what I thought.
That is so scary. That scares the shit out of me. Holy shit. Okay, go on. Sorry.
Like I said, like at first it was more like, it felt like period cramps at first. And then it just kept getting more intense as the time went by. So Lewis went to go get my mom, and my mom was like, you're not ready to give birth. You're taking it too well. And I was like, well, I'm going to the hospital. You coming or what?
You coming or what?
I was like, you coming or what?
Okay.
And we get in the car, and when I tell you that car ride was hell, like, I kept telling Lewis to pull over because I couldn't stand every time a contraction came. I couldn't stand
What did it feel like? What was like, what's something you can compare it to?
Probably just like really bad period cramps at the time. It started getting a lot worse when I went to the hospital because I was throwing up as my coming in. So every 20 minutes I would throw up. And I get really bad anxiety when it comes to throwing up. I'd rather hold my breath.
Yeah. Hello? Is it messing up? I think it's messing up. Hello? Natalie? Well, that just sounds so painful. What is it her? Is it me? Is it like, how can I know that? Okay. She'll come back, hopefully. But oh my god, that already sounds so scary. I'm just like, my vagina. Like that is like do I want that to happen to my vagina? You know? Like ouch. Ouch. I'm a no. Because you're gonna go out and go get the turtle and you're gonna fuck with his day and he's having such a good day eating his damn grass. Let him go. Well, hello to whoever's here. I don't, I think she'll come back. Oh my god. You know? Haha. Oh my god. No, Emma. Shh. Shut up. Bro.
All right, I'm so sorry. I got a phone call.
Good. Shit happens. You're good. You
All
good.
right.
So
So
you were in the car. You said the car ride was like absolute fucking torture. The contractions were terrible. So then I'm assuming you get to the hospital, and then what happens?
So I get to the hospital, and right away, the I guess front desk lady, I don't know what to call them. She was like, "Do you need a wheelchair?" And I was like, "That's the last thing I need. I'm gonna walk this out. I do not want to be sitting down anywhere."
Yeah.
So I get there, and what they do when you're in labor or when you think you're in labor is they don't check you in. They don't admit you into the hospital yet. What they do is for an hour to make sure you're actually in labor.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, and I get there, and this bitch had the audacity to say that no, it's a false labor. You're not actually in labor. I was like, excuse me? She's like, yeah, this is a fake labor. It's a false labor. I was like, no, it's not. I think I would know.
Yeah.
I think I would know, I was like, if this lady sends me back home, I'm going to have a fit. Because they do that. They send you back home if it is a false labor or if you're not dilated enough.
Gotcha.
It checks if I'm dilated. I'm dilated 4 centimeters already. And still, that wasn't enough to tell her that I was in labor. She made me lay in that bed to monitor my contractions. And every time she left the room, I kept telling Lewis to help me get up because I could not stand laying in that bed. I felt like I was going to die in that bed. Like, it was so uncomfortable. And she was like, you can't get up. I have to monitor you. I was like, just leave. Because I knew as soon as she closed that door, I was going to get up. And yeah, after 30 minutes of monitoring me.
Emma, hold on one. I'm so sorry. Emma, stop. No.
So after like 30 minutes of monitoring me, I got up and I was like, I'm gonna throw up. That was when I first started throwing up. I was like, I'm gonna throw up. I was like, babe, I can't do good throwing up. I was like, you need to call that nurse. Tell her to give me something to not throw up because I cannot throw up. Lewis didn't make it back in the room before I had already thrown up. And throwing up was enough to tell her that I was in labor, so she didn't keep me for the next 30 minutes. She called a transporter and they bought me the wheelchair again, and I was like, if I have to sit there, I'm gonna die. He's like, well, it's on the way in like the 3rd floor, and I was like, you've gotta be kidding me. He's like, or she, I don't even know if it was a he or a she anymore at this point. I was annoyed by everybody that worked there.
Oh my god.
Man, let me tell you, I was grumpy when I was in labor. So, anyways, I was like, just make it fast. Just make it fast. We get in the elevator. My mom was taking forever. I was like, just leave her behind. Give her the room number or something. I don't care.
Yeah.
Behind. I was like, I need to get out of this chair. So they put me in the room and they were trying to put me in a wireless monitor to make sure the baby's okay and everything, and my wireless monitor for that room was not working, so they were gonna have me lay down again, and I was like, I'm not laying down, you're funny. I was like, you're really funny. I am not laying down in that bed, you're crazy. Like, okay, well, what I can do is every 30 minutes to an hour we can come in and we can just check it like manually. And I was like, all right, do whatever you can, but I don't care. Give me a birth ball, give me whatever. Tell me I'm allowed to walk around the hallways. Yeah. She's like, you're more than welcome to walk around. Just don't leave, the labor hallway. And I was like, all right, whatever. And then, of course, my Cuban family started showing up because everybody shows up to and everybody's on the phone, and I was like, if you're gonna be in my room talking on the phone, you need to leave. I was like, I cannot stand people talking right now, so you need to leave. I was such a bitch.
Yeah.
I
bet. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. So of course you're gonna be a bitch.
I felt so bad for Lewis. Like, now when I look back into it, I feel so bad for him because he needed to use the restroom so many times, and I did not let him leave my side. Like, all I wanted was Lewis. That's it. I don't know. And I've heard it from several other moms too, that when they were in labor, all they wanted was their spouse. They didn't care about anybody else in the room. They just wanted that person there, and like that's it. Like nothing else.
Because a lot of women, they have their children with no spouse.
Right. And
That's scary. Oh God. Okay, so wait, how long? So okay, fast forward. How long were you in labor for?
I was in labor for, if I truly got into labor at like midnight that night, then I was probably in labor for 16 hours. So it's not too bad for a first-time mom because all the other first-time moms that were pregnant with me and were due around the same time that I was were in labor for over 24 hours. Can you imagine being in labor for over 24 hours? Because I can't.
Being in labor.
I couldn't imagine. Like, honestly,
You go, I'm sorry. I'm just in awe. 16 hours, bitch. If I stub my toe, I'm hurt for the next damn day. Like, it just hurts so bad. So I'm like, something come out of my vagina. Well, my vagina is like cute. It's like real nice. So I can't like a whole child.
yeah. So it didn't feel like 16 hours though, because like I said, at first it was more like period cramps. It wasn't that bad at all. But I want to say it started getting really bad at like 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when I was really feeling the pain. So to me, it feels like I was in labor from 4 to 4 because he was born at 4 p.m. So to me, it felt like 12 hours in labor, not 16.
Okay, I get that. Oh my God. Holy shit. But what?
Back. I don't
Okay. Next question. Where was I? Hold on. Do you believe that there is a certain age to have a child?
Honestly, I I do, but I don't. This is a very difficult question because I know from the point that a female gets their period, that's their body telling them that they're ready for a child. Now, if they're mentally ready for a child, that's a different case. So, really, I want to say yes, just because I feel like you have to be somewhat mature and mentally in place to have a child. So, that really depends on the woman. But then in other cases, I want to say no because, like I said, from the moment you get your period, that's your body telling you that you're ready to have a child.
Ugh. So I guess it's just more of like when it happens, it happens.
Right.
I get that. Oh shit. Fuck. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Next question. But I have to like always freaking tell myself where I'm at. Before your son, were you happy?
Me myself.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, I mean, because like you're the only person that can know that answer. So
Right.
before little baby boy.
So I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say no. I was going through a lot right before I got pregnant with Dion, with myself and in my relationship with Lewis. And getting pregnant was like the last thing that I wanted at the time.
Okay, that's good to know. I didn't know that either. So.
Yeah. I definitely was not planning on getting pregnant. I just like anybody else that has been in a high school relationship that wants to go to college and get a degree, you don't expect or you don't want to have a baby until after you get the degree. You know, after you finish your studies and after marriage or whatever it is. For everybody it's different. But me, I definitely did not expect to get pregnant right after high school.
Shit. Fuck. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Next question. Um, what are you most excited for when you think of the future? And then for you, for your son, and for Lewis.
Um,
Excited to see in all three of you.
I don't know. I've never really thought about that, but what I can say I am looking forward to, is definitely just getting my degree already. I'm so tired of school. But getting my degree already. And personally, more for me and not so much, well, I don't know, maybe Lewis too, I don't know, is marriage. Married already.
Gotcha, gotcha. What about your son?
Um, Honestly, like I'm just excited to see his milestones. Like I want to hear him talk full sentences already. I want to see him in school. I just want to see him grow up, and be slowly become the person he's meant to be.
How old is he now?
He's only a year.
Okay, gotcha. I actually didn't know for sure, but that's super freaking cute. Cute. Next question. Do you feel that you have missed out on life in any way?
No. At first I did. I
Okay.
was, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna get to, live through my 20s the way I expected to. But in reality, when you first get out of high school, you get out to work or to go to school,
Yeah.
really. Those are the two main things. Yeah, most people our age, they tend to have what I like to call a nightlife. They go out at night with friends, whatever it is. But honestly, I don't feel like I missed out on any of that because I was never into those kinds of things to begin with. Neither was Lewis. And the way I like to see it is when I'm 35, I could leave my kid at home and go travel the world or do what I want. So I'm still young at 35, so I mean, I
Yeah,
don't feel like I missed out on.
35. You kill me. I love that. Mm. Next question. Do you believe dogs are similar to children? Yet why yes and or no?
Yeah, definitely. I well, my smaller dog, she's not as a baby as my bigger dog. Of course, the big dogs are always the big babies. I say yes because it's still a responsibility, just like a baby would be. You still have to feed your dog, just like you have to feed your baby. You have to teach them things.
Yeah.
Um, and I definitely think a baby is a little more challenging. Well, it really depends.
I
Because
believe that.
I have a really good baby, so I've had it easy. I can say I have had it easy.
Um,
For other families out there, I'm terrified of getting pregnant again because I know my next baby is not going to be good as Dion has been. Dion puts himself to sleep. I don't have to stress about putting him to sleep.
aw.
He eats almost everything and anything, so I don't have to stress about, oh, okay, I have to get him this specific thing. So Dion has been very good. So when it comes to dogs, in my case, then I want to say yes. A baby is just a little challenging.
Gotcha, gotcha. Sorry, I was looking at the fucking, cause like one of them is fucking me up mentally right now. Okay, next question. What do you think personally? Oh, I think this is just a question that I wanted to know. What do you think personally about my lives? Cause I mean, I didn't expect to do any of that. I actually haven't even expected to do it as long as I've been doing it. So like, what do you think?
I think it's just you being yourself. I mean, go for it. If that's what you like to do, then do it. Screw what everybody else thinks. It's
Hell yeah.
your page. The way I see it is people are gonna follow you because they like you.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. So if people are watching your lives, it's because they like to do that. So just keep doing it. Why don't waste your time trying to be something you're not, because at the end of the day you're not going to be happy with the people that follow you or the friends you make, because they're just going to be people that expect you to be somebody different, somebody that you're not. So definitely, if that's what you like to do, then you do you, baby.
I love that answer. What? Get out, Emma. Stop. Okay. Next question. What is your opinion on drugs? That's a really good question.
I don't have a care for them. I don't. I don't have a care for them. Like, if you do it, all right, cool. Am I gonna do it? Maybe. uh,
Yeah.
as far as drugs, like I have tried drugs before. I think most people have, especially in their teenage years. But I don't have a care for them. I don't feel like I need them. I respect people that use them. I don't. I'm a very open-minded person. So when it comes to things like that, I don't mind it.
Oh, wow. Well, sweet. I love that answer too. I mean, it doesn't matter if I love your answer, but your answer is your answer. But like, it's just that's awesome. Oh my god. Oh, let me freaking 1 second. Piss me off. Okay, that is gone. Nag, nag, nag. She just whines, and cries. My dog Emma that I just got, she cries all of the time. Like I take care of her. I do everything. I play with her, and then she'll come right over to my door and just cry. And I'm like, oh my god.
It's funny that you say that because my small dog does that too. Damn, what did you do?
What? Oh. Are you ready for the next question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. What what quality about yourself do you love most?
Give me just 1 second. I don't really know. I want to say that it's the fact that I'm open-minded, I guess, because honestly, you meet a lot of good people being open-minded.
Hell yeah, I agree with that for sure. Like I've met some of the best people in my entire life because I was just open-minded and I was like, okay, I will try it. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So I completely agree with that. Freak yeah, that's awesome. Next question. What is most important to you as a person? Your personal goal. Like what's your personal goal in life?
Probably to just be stress-free. And by stress-free, I don't just mean like mentally stress-free, but emotionally stress-free and like financially stress-free, like just to be stress-free. That I've always struggled with being stressed about the littlest things that I shouldn't be stressed about, and like there's nothing to be stressed about, so why do I make a bigger deal out of it than what it actually is?
Yeah, I think that's just a human thing. I call it human shit. That we do that all the time, and it like we look dramatic, even though it's so real for us. You know,
Yeah.
it's so crazy. Next question. What would you? Oh, what advice would you give a woman if she wants to be a mother?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
What advice would you give a woman if she wants to be a mother?
um Probably to choose your spouse wisely, because they're gonna be in your life regardless if you want them to or not.
That is so interesting. Like, wait, I would have thought like a whole different answer, but like, wait, why'd you say your spouse?
Um, your spouse, because regardless, it depends which way you want to be a mother, but even if you decide to adopt or to foster, you need to choose your spouse wisely. That person has to be patient. That person has to know that you guys are going to struggle. That person has to be willing to do things out of their comfort zone. And if something happens to you and your spouse where you guys are no longer together, you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that, because that person is still going to want to be in the baby's life.
Yeah. Oh,
So you have to choose your spouse very wisely, whether it's your best friend or whether it's just somebody that you're in a relationship with. Like me and Lewis, we started out in a relationship not because we were best friends or anything, but Lewis and I know a couple that they were just best friends for the longest, and now they're a couple. They're married and they're in a very healthy relationship. But I know that if anything were to happen to them, they would totally be okay with it because they're gonna put that baby before their relationships between themselves.
yeah. Wow, that's freaking that I agree with that so much, but I never would have thought that. I don't know. That was just surprising for me. Next question. Where did you learn to be grateful?
I that's something I'm still learning. That is definitely something I am still learning, but I guess it really depends on which way life takes you because I learned to be grateful because after being a mom, like I realized how much my mom actually did for me. Like you said earlier, you realize things after becoming a mom why your parents did certain things. And I think it just depends on which way life takes you, what things you go through, will definitely make you rethink how many things you actually do have in hand.
Yeah, I think for that question, I love it, by the way. I think personally that is like people learn to be grateful very quickly because of if they see somebody worse off than them. You know what I mean? Like if they see somebody that's in a shittier position, that'll make them feel better. You
Right.
know? Like that's so crazy to me, but I think that gives people like a sense of fake gratefulness, because you're only being grateful because you're not that bad. You're not actually grateful for what you have.
Right.
Which is like I think that's so interesting too. Freaking next question. Ooh, what does success mean for you? Like when in your point of life have you like made it?
Um, this is hard. I mean, for me right now, success looks like what I have. I have my own house. I have, I'm able to take care of Dion. I'm still in school. Like, that's my biggest one. Being in school while being a mom, but while being a full-time employee, like, that's my biggest thing right now. I'm surprised I'm still in school, to be honest with you, because there's been times where I've just looked at Lewis in the face and I'm like, I'm quitting. I am quitting. I don't care what you say. I'm done. So for me to still be putting up with that, honestly, like I think that has made me a successful person. Just to keep going, I want to say.
Oh, I love that. That is such a cool thing there. Okay. And this is my last question, and then I actually, I don't know. First off, I have to charge my phone, but I have a few other things to do today, of course, just like anybody. But last question: do you believe in discipline? And if so, what kind?
Yes, I do. Highly. I think discipline. Um, so discipline can vary by a lot of things. Um, I sometimes choose to discipline by rewarding good behavior, instead of always pointing out the negative behaviors.
I
But when to Dion, I do more of because Dion has been a really good baby, like I've mentioned before. So I don't really have problems with him, but Dion is getting to the age now where when he doesn't get what he wants, he likes to throw himself to the floor. And I do not like that, at least for my child. I do not like that. I don't want that. If that happens to me at a store or something, I would be so embarrassed. So I do not like that. So when he throws himself on the floor, I literally just let him throw himself on the floor. He
yeah.
hits his head and then he'll cry about it. And then I'll hug him and then he'll be okay. Where he's just like he doesn't understand the idea. So what I do is I literally just smack him in the butt. And he'll touch his butt and he'll be like, "What'd you do?" He'll look at me with the face like, "What did you just do?" That kind of stung a little bit. And I'm like, you see, that's what happens. And then stop. So I definitely do believe in discipline. Um, I see myself as a very strict mother. I,
Okay.
I can say that for sure. I'm Cuban. I was raised by very old school Cubans, so I know the definition of discipline like it's the back of my hand.
Yeah.
So I do believe in giving discipline up to a certain age, though. I do not think you should be disciplining your child, at least not, with your hand or a spank in the butt after about 4 years old.
Why
I
that?
um, because after 4 years old, they are more social than anything. They're in school, they're with other kids, they're with teachers. And I would hate for discipline in their mind to be like, I'm being abused. And I don't want to show them that being abused is a good thing. I,
Okay.
I don't want them to think it's okay to hit somebody else or, to spank somebody else. And I don't want that to ever like, be brought up like in school because, so many other people can take discipline as child abuse.
Yeah.
And want it to be, defined as that. So I don't believe in discipline after 4 years old. I believe in different kinds of discipline, of course. Like I said, you reward the positive behaviors, not so much the negative.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's awesome because, like, I mean, I've just heard so much information that I didn't know, or, like, but this is me, like, I'm trying to understand more and more, and definitely motherhood is one of them because personally, because of what happened in the car accident and everything, my pelvis is fractured and my rib is broken. I don't know what if a child can grow in my body, and be okay, not hurt me. So that scares me. And children in general scare me because of how much responsibility. So I give you all of the mothers that I went to high school with, middle school with. I mean, most of the people I know now all have children. I mean, the freaking this girl named Isabel, who I was in marching band. She played flute and I played trombone in high school. She just had her second child. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, like it's just so crazy to me. And I don't know if you saw Emma has a child now, and wow, like it's just
I think both Emmas do actually.
what's the other Emma?
I think we have like three Emmas in middle
Oh,
school.
Heckle, I see her on Facebook, she has one.
Yeah. And then I don't know, I forgot the other last name. I'm not good with names.
Me neither, you're good. No, but it's so crazy. So I thank you so much for like all of your perspective, to be honest with you, because like I can watch this live back now, and if I ever forget or like if I'm scared or whatever the fucking case may be, I can actually look at this, later and remember it over and over again. It sounds a little weird.
No, I mean, I totally calm brain. So literally, I have to write down every little thing that I want myself to remember because being a mom, you literally wake up in the morning at 200 miles an hour. You're thinking about everything you have to do throughout the day. You have so much running through your mind that you just forget small things that are actually important to you. So I have a planner. I write down every little thing that I have to do because if not, I will not remember for my life at all. Like I cannot remember. I'll remember like a month from now. Oh, I was so
Oh my gosh. What does that say? The fuck y'all talking about? Oh, hey, that's Chris. That's a friend of mine that I met in a different time and stuff. We're talking about women type shit. You'll see it. You'll see it on my account. You cute though. But I appreciate you so much for this, and I hope you have a great ass day. I hope everything works out. You know what I mean? And all of that stress that you were talking about and stuff. I mean, I can definitely, relate to an extent. Obviously, not all the way, but to an extent, when stress like messes with you for whatever reason, the reason doesn't matter. But you can get rid of that. You are 100% powerful enough to get rid of that on your own. You just have to like let not let as soon as you feel bothered or feel stressed, I would definitely meditate, and even meditating for literally 2-3 minutes. That's it. Just breathe in and out. Dude, I'm telling you, freaking lifeline. And as soon as I feel off, I just meditate for 2-3 minutes. Easy. It actually really works. But the problem with that is, like, you have to want that. You got to want to feel better. And if you truly want to, it'll work. I promise. On all your stress. And that goes for anything in the future. It works. You're welcome. I hope you have a great day.